Very good morning to all of you. A very good morning to all of you children. In today's session, we are going to focus on sentences. Okay, so we are moving on to worksheet 3. It's all about sentences. So we already know what are letters. Don't we know, children? How many letters are there in English alphabet? Yes, 26.
26.
So we are pretty familiar with the letters in English alphabet. Haven't we, children? We know. Okay, so we are familiar with the English alphabet. When the letters are joined together in a proper order, what do we get? What do we get, children? When the letters are joined in the proper order, what do we get?
Words.
Yes, very good, fantastic. Yes. Words. Okay, when the letters are arranged in the proper order, we get a meaningful word. That is what we have finished in the last class. That is worksheet 2 is all about the words. So we know how the words are formed. When the letters are arranged in the proper order, we get a meaningful word. Okay, so today I said, today we are going to focus on sentences. How can we frame a sentence? When the words are arranged in the proper order,
We get
okay, yes, which make complete sense is called a sentence. Is that clear to all of you? When the words are arranged in the proper order, which makes complete sense. Not only, it should not, okay, only if we arrange the words in the proper order, that we can't call it as a sentence, but that should make sense. Only then we can call it as a sentence. Is that clear to all of you? So when the words are arranged in the proper order, that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Is that clear to all of you? And also, it should express our thoughts. Okay, so when we speak to someone, okay, when we speak to someone, how do we speak, children? We speak in complete sentence. Why is that we are speaking in complete sentence? In order to convey we have to express our thoughts. Only if it's spoken in complete sentence, that person may understand what we have to express. Is that clear to all of you? So a sentence, so when the words should be arranged in the proper order, and that should make complete sense. Only then we can call it as a sentence. Is that clear to all of you? Okay. But when we write a sentence, what we have to do? Have you thought of it? Yes, when we write a sentence, we have to follow certain rules. What are the rules we have to follow while writing a sentence?
Yes. Letter should be capital letter.
Very good. The first letter. Okay, fine, fine. Yes, very good. A first letter, when we begin a sentence, the first letter, the very first letter should be written in the capital letter. Is that clear? And when we end the sentence, what we have to do? Very good. We have to place a dot. What is that dot is called? Full stop. Fine. We have to place a dot at the end of the sentence to show that the sentence is over. Is that clear? Why is that we are placing the dot at the end of the sentence? Just to show that the sentence is over. Have you all of you understood? So, yes. So while writing a sentence, children, a sentence should always begin with a capital letter, and don't forget to place a dot at the end of the sentence to show that the sentence is over. Clear to all of you?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's move on to today's chapter. Yes? Yes. So here we go. So today we are going to learn all about sentences. So we know the last chapter is all about words. So we know how other sentences are formed. So let's move on to today's topic. So all of you, please have a look at it. What is a sentence? A sentence is nothing but it's a group of words that makes a complete sense. Is that clear? Okay. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Clear to all of you? Yes?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So a sentence is a group of words. We know what our words are. We are familiar with the words now. So group of words, but it should make complete sense. Only then we can call it as a sentence. Yes. Now we know what is a sentence is. Now, sorry. Yes, I hope you can. Here are a few examples for you. Ron is playing football. Okay, the sun rises in the east. Both these group of words make complete sense. Both these group of words, okay, doesn't it make complete sense for us? Yes. So they are called as sentences. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, so
Yes,
Ron
ma'am.
is playing football. Yes, it makes complete sense. Ron is playing football. The sun rises in the east. Yes, it makes complete sense. The sun rises in the east. So therefore, both these group of words are called as sentences. Now, have you understood what is a sentences? Yes. Now we are moving on to the rules, how to write. When we write a sentence, children, okay, when we write a sentence, we need to remember certain rules. The first thing is that, what is the first thing we need to know? That a sentence or a sentence always begin with a capital letter. A sentence always begins with a capital letter. Is that clear? A sentence always, when we write a sentence, children, we need to remember certain things. Okay,
Ma'am.
a sentence always begins, yes, my dear,
Ma'am, which page number?
page number 7. A sentence always begins with a capital letter. And the second thing we need to remember is that a sentence ends with a full stop. Clear to all of you? Okay, a sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Clear to all of you? Yes? Yes. Now, let's move on to the use of capital letters and full stop. Okay, so we know a sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Now, let's move on to the capital letters as such. Yes, all of you, please have a look at it. Use of capital letters. We use capital letters to begin a sentence, not only there, and also we use capital letters when we write the names of people and also names of places. Clear to all of you? Yes, we use capital letters not only to begin a sentence, but also when we use names of people and also names of places, we have to use capital letters. When we see the name of people and also names of places, we have to begin with a capital letter. Okay? So I hope it's understood. Now let's move on to a few examples. All of you, please have a look at it. Okay. So when we begin, so he is my friend. Here, we have to use capital letter when we begin a sentence. Here, we have to use the capital H here because we have to begin a sentence using a capital letter. Okay, so here we begin the sentence, that is H, should be written in capital letter. He is my friend. Okay, my, here, all of you look at the second sentence. My name is Akshay. So we know that we have to begin the sentence with a capital letter. So the letter M should be written in capital letter. And also you can find a name of a person here, Akshay. So Akshay also we have to write using a capital letter A because his name starts with letter A. So the letter A should be written in capital letter as it's a name of a person. So name of a person should always begin with a capital letter. Okay, now let's move on to the third sentence. She lives in Delhi. So we know a sentence always begin with a capital letter. Okay, a sentence always begins with a capital letter. Here we have to write the letter S has to be written in capital letter, and the place, the name of the place, that is Delhi, is the name of a place. So D should be written in capital letter. Clear? Clear to all of you? Yes, so names of people and names of places should be written in capital letter. Don't forget, not only when we begin a sentence, but also when we find the names of people and names of places, it should be written in capital letter. Okay, now let's move on to the next thing. So it's all about the full stop, we know. So use of full stop. A sentence ends with a full stop. Okay, so when we start something, it should need an end. Okay, so in order to show that the sentence is over, we have to place a dot. Full stop. How do we mark, indicate a full stop? Just we have to put a dot. This is the full stop. So when a sentence is over, we have to place a dot at the end of the sentence to show that the sentence is over. The book is on the table. Place a dot at the end of the sentence. This dot is called as a full stop. We have to place a dot at the end of the sentence to show that the sentence is over. He is playing football. Similarly, place a dot at the end of the sentence to show that the sentence is over. Clear? So we have learned about the capital letter and also the full stop. We know where to use the capital letters and also the full stop. Now let's move on to the question mark. Okay. So when a sentence asks a question, what we have to do, children? When a sentence asks a question, we have to end the sentence with a question mark. Okay, so question mark is like this. How are you? How old are you? What's your name? What is your name? Okay, so when we write a sentence, when we ask a question, we have to end the sentence using a question mark. Full stop is just a dot, but question mark is, this is the way we put a question mark. Okay, so we begin a sentence with a capital letter, and if the sentence asks a question, don't forget to place a question at the end of the sentence. Okay? Is that clear to all of you? Can you read English? So C should be written in capital letter, and don't forget to place a question mark at the end of the sentence if the sentence asks a question. Clear? Clear to all of you? Yes? Clear, children? To all of you? Have all of you understood? Okay. So when we begin a sentence, what we have to do, my dear children? We have to begin a sentence using a, yes, capital letter. We have to, a sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Okay. But when you find the name of people and also names of places, what we have to do? Names of people and names of places, we have to begin with a capital letter. If a sentence asks a question, what we have to do?
We had full question mark.
We have to end the sentence using a
Question mark.
question mark. Very good. We have to end the sentence using a question mark. Now let's move on to the exercises. All of you, please do open your workbook. All of you, please do take page number 7. Are you all ready? Take your pencils in your hand. Yes? Yes. Can we start, my dear children? Yes, can we start? Yes. Now, we have to rewrite the sentence using the capital letters and full stop wherever necessary. So, she is my sister. We already know it. We have to start or we begin a sentence using a capital letter. So, S should be written in capital letter and we continue writing. She is my, she is my sister. Yes, the sentence is over. In order to show that the sentence is over, what we have to do? We have to place a dot. The dot is called as a full stop at the end of the sentence to show that the sentence is over. Okay, clear? All of you, please do write it. If you're finished, we'll move on to the second question. I hope all of you are writing. Now if you are finished, now let's move on to the second question. Krishna Raj. Yes, I'm marking your attendance. That's what. Okay. As you write, I'll mark your attendance. Yes, now let's move on to the second sentence, my dear children. Have all of you finished? Okay, now let's move on to the second sentence. I hope all of you have completed the first one. Now let's move on to the second one. My father is a doctor. We know while writing a sentence, the two rules we need to follow is the first letter should always be written in capital letter. Okay, so my father. The first letter should always be written in capital letter. Yes, M should be written in capital. We have to write the capital M there. Okay, my father is a doctor. So we already know the word doctor. Okay, so all of you please do write it. Doctor. T-O-R. Okay, then don't forget to place a dot at the end of the sentence to mark that the sentence is over. Okay, please do it. If you're finished, give me a thumbs up, my dear children, so that I know it. I can move on to the next question. Raffan, where are you, Raffan? Are you writing? Yes. I hope you have finished. Take your grammar book, my dear. English grammar workbook. Okay, now let's move on to the third question, children. Okay, all of you, please have a look at it. Jack and Jill are name of people. So what we have to do, it should be written in capital letter J. Okay, Jack is the name of a boy. So J should be written in capital letter. All of you, please do write it. Jack and Jill. So J should be written in capital letter, my dear children. So J, yes, it's the name of two person. Went up the hill. Went up. Went up the hill. Okay, so went up the hill. So what we have to do here, we have to end the sentence using the sentence is over, using a full stop. Okay. I hope all of you are writing. Is there anyone who hasn't written, completed? Yes, have all of you completed it? Fia, have you completed? All of you turn on your videos, my dear children. All of you turn on your videos. Yes, we have completed with 4 questions. Sorry, 3 questions. Now let's move on to the 4th question. Yes. Yes, my dear Rose. Yes, now let's move on to the next question. Yes. Yes. All of you, please have a look at it. Cow gives us milk. Okay? Cow gives us milk. See, so we already know. Now, all of you tell me how we have to write the sentence. While we are writing a sentence, we have to follow certain rules. What is the first rule we need to follow? Yes? A sentence always begins with a capital letter. A sentence always begins with a capital letter. So C should be written in capital letter. Yes, C. Cow gives us milk. Yes. After we finish or complete the sentence, what we have to do? In order to show that the sentence is over, we have to place a dot at the end of the sentence. That dot is called as the full stop. Very good. Yes. So all of you, please do write it.
A full stop.
So in today's session, let's complete at least 5 sentences.
Ma'am, I completed.
Yes.
Ma'am, I completed. Ma'am, I completed.
Yes.
Nanika completed.
Completed.
Ma'am,
Okay.
Andrea completed.
Okay, my dear. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question, the last question. Okay. All of you, yes. Now let's do the fifth question. As I've already told you, children, the sentence begins with a capital letter. So we have to write, T should be written in capital letter. So the name of my school, the name of my school, 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 I've told you. The name of the place also should be written in capital letter. It's a school is a place, okay? So the name of my school is. So how we have to write it? It should be written in capital letter. D should be written in capital letter, Dr. Okay, Raju, C, yes, Raju Davis, Davis, Raju Davis International. International, National, International School. S should be written in capital letter. So it is school. Okay? School. And it is the, put a comma here and see that you name the place Mala should be written in capital letter, and don't forget to place a dot at the end of the sentence. Is that clear to all of you? So have all of you finished? Yes? Have all of you finished, my dear children? Yes, my dear children, have all of you finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's not finished.
Who hasn't finished?
Of course,
Finished.
Yes,
Rose
yes.
already finished.
Okay, okay,
Already finished.
okay, okay. Yes, children, have all of you finished? Okay, children. So I hope all of you have completed it. So Anya, Faustina is there. Today's session, my dear children. So we have come to the end of today's session. I hope you have completed. Yes, my dear. Yes, who's present? Rafan I marked. All the others I marked you children. Only those I've got a little bit confused. I've called your names. Okay, so we have come to the end of today's session. Bye-bye children. Thank you all. Yes?
Bye. Bye
Okay,
bye.
children. Bye-bye.